Hi, welcome to 4 Minutes of Film with me, Rhianna. 4 films this week: the Spongebob movie, Sponge Out of Water, Cinderella, Get Hard, and Seventh Son. So let's start with the Spongebob movie. This is the latest movie of the popular kids' TV series, and the secret Krabby Patty recipe has gone missing. So Spongebob and his friends, after an apocalyptic start, have to venture above the water to steal it back.
Cotton candy!
If you ate all that, you'd have enough energy to run around the whole world.
I wasn't expecting this to be as psychedelic or surreal as it was. SpongeBob seems to work across all levels, and the well-timed in-jokes for the adults work perfectly alongside the scenes for the little ones.
When is this sugar gonna wear off?
Antonio Banderas, who is the best sword wielder in Hollywood, camps it up a bit like Jack Sparrow, but ultimately even he is outacted by the sponge. So 4 stars for SpongeBob. It was really fun. Next up, it's Get Hard. Will Ferrell plays James King, who gets framed for embezzlement and fraud, and because he's so terrified of what might happen to him in prison, he hires someone to help toughen him up. Enter Kevin Hart.
That's a mad dog.
Wow, I knew you were the right guy for the job.
Let me see it. Huh? That's your man? That's it?
Yeah.
Your fiance left you. Huh?
That's right.
You happy about that?
No.
Then get mad. She gonna leave you? What is she doing? Shut. James?
I'm sad dogging you.
Kevin Hart always seems to play the same character, which is a shame because occasionally you get these glimpses of potential which Hollywood doesn't seem to be interested in exploring just yet. Will Ferrell's rich, entitled stockbroker is casually racist, and although I imagine that's supposed to be ironic, it's hard to separate that from the stereotype. It's just not clever enough to be satirical, which is what they're claiming it is. So 1 star for Get Hard. Next up is Seventh Son. This is a fantasy horror about a witch hunter and his apprentice having to kill the mother of all witches.
Our world is divided between light and darkness. You are the 7th son of the 7th son.
What exactly do we do?
Since the beginning of time, we have protected mankind.
Teach me.
On paper, it's an amazing cast. Oscar winners Julianne Moore and Jeff Bridges, but he gives a weird, dreadful performance, channeling an unintelligible Brian Blessed. It's bizarre that anybody wanted anything to do with this film, where the script was so diabolical and the leads just didn't have any charisma at all. Watch Stardust, it's much more fun. 1 star for Seventh Son. And finally, it's Cinderella. This isn't an animation, this is a live-action version of one of my favourite fairy tales, starring Lily James from Downton Abbey, Richard Madden from Game of Thrones, and Cate Blanchett from films.
Ella, what's that on your face?
Madam? It's ash from the fireplace.
Do clean yourself up.
You'll get cinders in our tea.
I've got a new name for her. Cinderella.
I didn't bear to look so dirty. Oh, dirty Ella.
Cinderella. That's what we'll call you.
Oh, girls, you're too clever.
Directed by Kenneth Branagh, this looks as sumptuous as you would expect him to make it, with fantastic costumes and really stunning scenery. I completely fell for Prince Kit, who in turn falls for Cinderella's optimistic outlook on life rather than just her pretty face. But it is Cate Blanchett who is a complete scene stealer. Her wickedness is notched up every single time we see her, and she holds back until the final scene. Really worth waiting for. So 4 stars for Cinderella. Next week, I'll be reviewing Fast and Furious 7 and While We're Young with an interview from Ben Stiller. So click here to subscribe and catch that then.